Alright. Low back was hurting this morning, so we're not going to be doing any deadlift. But game plan for this lift is lat focused stuff at first. Like more pull down, pull up stuff. And then I'm going to go into, after my lats are like depleted of all energy, then I'm going to go into some upper back work. I think that's the plan because, I mean, lats are what I need to fix the most. Like, obviously my whole back needs to improve, but lats specifically. So yeah, that's the plan. But no deadlift today. Also, this might be probably my last back day here, but like maybe my last lift ever here. So, I mean, nothing to do but try to get the freakiest pump we can. Just to end this place on a good note, but we'll worry about that later. That felt really good. I think a couple more of those, honestly. We'll see. I'm going for a drop set here. may or may not have been my last workout there. And if it was, I'd say that's a good solid workout slash back pump that I'd be happy to end it on. I hate that I have to end it on something, but if it were to be anything, it'd be that. So that's something we can be proud of. We can also be proud of all the workouts that led up to that one right there. Because if you think about it, like every single workout that I've ever done in that gym has ultimately led to that one right there. And then that one right there will be part of the collection that leads up to my next workout, that leads to the next, and so on. But yeah, all the work that I put in that gym, apart from the leg work, you can see in that pose down right there. So the collection of hundreds of lifts that I've done in that gym, at this point, it might be, I've probably put in about 1,000 lifts in that gym now that I think about it. Because I mean, I probably 330 days out of 360 I lift. Well, maybe not quite 1,000. I don't know, I've been going for over a year and a half now. And I mean, yeah, it's probably I've probably put in close to 1,000 lifts in there. So that's a collection of, say, 900 to 1,000 lifts, plus, you know, consistent and disciplined eating and hard lifts have led to that physique that you guys saw right there. Obviously, there's a lot of room that I have to grow in my back and that I'm going to need to grow. But that's about, I mean, that is as good as it's looked ever. This is as good as I've ever looked. But I would have never got to that 1,000th lift, or however many. I would have never got to the lift if it weren't for the lifts that came before it, and the ones that came before it, and before. Like, it all starts somewhere, and it all comes from something. And I think C.S. Lewis said, the latter cannot stand without the former, you know, meaning that, like, what comes after cannot exist without what came before. And in turn, like, the highest can't stand without the lowest. And I would argue that the opportunity for love can't stand without or cannot exist without the possibility of evil. That doesn't really relate to what we're talking about, but the latter can't stand without the former. So you'll never get to the latter if you don't establish the former, which starts today. Because the former, this workout is a former workout of what's to come next. And who knows what I'll look like after another 3 years of lifting. Maybe my size will double, who knows? Like, you just you never know until you start, until you establish that base, and then just keep chipping away. It's just baby steps. The whole time it's baby steps. You're just always little by little, day by day, and it feels like a lot until you're past it. Then it's not. Like, it feels like you're putting all this effort in, which you are putting a lot of effort into it, but like, in the moment, it feels like so much more than what it actually is. Like in retrospect, but all these little bitty ounces of hard work that you're putting in every day, you look back at 3 years of it, and it's a pretty big deal. It equals out to a pretty big chunk of your time that was time well spent, I'd say. Now, some might think it's a waste of time, whatever. I think it's time well spent, because my life is better from it. So that's all I got on that. But like yesterday, I'm headed to the McDonald's drive-thru, and I only only got a few more days of this. Maybe not days, but a few more weeks of this before I get to college, and then I'm tracking macros, and I'm maybe bulking for a little bit while I'm in college, but I think a cut is much needed right now, and it'll come pretty shortly. So probably won't see you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm hopefully working all day and then rushing around to get to Columbia. So I got classes Wednesday. A lot of them too. 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. straight classes. So yeah, that's what we got to look forward to. But it's been pretty good at the old Great Life. What are you doing, lady? Trying to hit me head on. But it's been good at Great Life. But we'll take all this work that we've established, and we'll bring it wherever we go. So I'll see you guys whenever I see you.